This is 1360 AM. WNJC, Washington Township, Philadelphia. Philadelphia's Renaissance radio station. Brought to you from Forsyth Broadcasting. Or listen to us at WNJCradio.com.
Okay, everyone, it's time to put on your listening ears, thinking caps, and laughing shoes. It's time for the Doc and Amy Show with your sweethearts of the airwaves who agree to disagree. Well, sometimes. Take it away, Doc and Amy.
Do you feel blame?
No.
Feel damage?
Oh, yeah.
Are you mad?
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like woozy about rough Reynolds? Get Fred.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What
kind of crap?
Okay, well, welcome everybody to the Doc and Amy Show. Again, that was Charles Manson, who is unwittingly agreed to help us out with our intro. We want to welcome everybody. It's 5 o'clock on Sunday again. We apologize for not being here for the last couple of weeks. We were kind of stranded in Texas.
Jail?
We were on work release didn't quite work out for us.
Yes, no.
But we are here, and we have a full complement today. We have Amy. Hello, Amy.
Hi.
And we have John. How you doing, John?
Doing great. Missed you guys.
Oh, well, that's so sweet. We are glad to be back, of course. And you can be back and join us as well. You can call us 856-227-1360 or 1360 for the purists like me. And you can also follow us on the World Wide Web at www.thedocandamyshow.com. You can Twitter us, The Doc and Amy Show, at The Doc and Amy Show.
At Doc and Amy Show.
At Doc and Amy Show. Just try and find it. Just and there are all kinds of ways to get in touch, but we do encourage you to call in and share this foolishness with us. Today, we, having missed our previous broadcast, we apologize for that. We intended to be here, but we were sitting on the runway in a busted plane in Houston, Texas. So
yes. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
So I got on my cell phone and broke all the FAA rules and called John, and we had an emergency procedure in place, and we took care of that. So thank you, John, for being Johnny on the spot, so to speak.
No
problem. We had a great time. We
did.
Visited Texas and did lots and lots of things. I'm not really... The airplane travel really doesn't.
It isn't fun. No, I'd rather do a road trip, but Texas is a little too far to drive.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what gets me is, now I've been on some bad flights, some really, really bad flights,
Yeah.
lucky to be alive flights.
Yeah, me too.
And when they stand up in the front there and do their little dance and point at the wings and things and tell me that my seat cushion can be used as a flotation device, whatever.
Yeah.
If I look out the window and all I see is water, my seat cushion ain't going to float. Okay? So, but we made it, and we're here. Texas was... amazing.
It was a really cool vacation.
We got to shoot some stuff, John.
We did.
You can go on our website. I put some footage up there, so that's something to check out. I've kind of fleshed out the website, so there are all kinds of things on there, brand new, that you can take a look at. www.thedocandamyshow.com. And Amy, what kind of now? I'm sure you have some revelations to pass on about the kind of things we were up to.
Well, we did go to San Antonio and the surrounding areas, and my goal was, I always wanted to go to Texas. I wanted everybody to do something they hadn't done before, so I hadn't been to caverns. We did that. You guys zip-lined. That was a lot of fun. Kids loved that.
You're saying it was such bland enthusiasm.
No, it was awesome. No, it was awesome.
It was.
And we went to...
it was awesome.
We did this thing called San Antonio Western Shooting, which was really cool. They have cowboys who are in cowboy garb, and they team up. They each pick two people.
Of
and
course
they
they're in
teach you,
cowboy garb.
They're cowboys.
They're in petticoats, and they do show tunes.
Yeah, right. No, and they teach you gun safety, and then they have a little Western town set up, and you can shoot. And Doc and our oldest did that.
We all did that.
The youngest and I, because he wasn't 11, he couldn't officially participate, but we did get to shoot a couple rounds in two different kinds of guns. That was cool, but it was really, really well done, very professionally done. I am a little frightened of guns, and I felt very, very safe.
Yes.
It was very authentic. They did not rush you through. They really took their time, and it was an awesome time. So,
And unlike what I'm used to, no one was shooting back.
yeah.
So
So that was definitely one of the highlights.
And I got to, there was a contest. Now, check this out, John. They put this axe up, and the blade is facing
Yeah,
dead
this
at
is
you.
cool. Yeah.
And you have to shoot the axe blade and split the bullet in half and hit a target on either side. Dude, first shot.
He did it.
He did it
Yeah.
first
Clean split.
That's
I have a
awesome.
You
picture to prove it.
Betcha. Yeah, that was good.
That was really cool.
Yes, so and that's we have a link to that San Antonio Western shooting on our website, so you can check that out.
Yeah, that was a lot
If
of
you are
fun.
going anywhere close to Texas, you have to check that out.
You
It's a
have
lot
to
of fun.
check it out. And if you go, it's not just us saying it's good. If you, how I found it was on, they don't advertise. So I went on TripAdvisor and looked around there. It was like the #1 ranked activity in the area.
Oh yeah, well if you're gonna shoot,
and they don't
stuff,
even
oh, yeah.
advertise. It was really, really well done.
And you have to ask for beans again and Shotgun Franklin.
Yeah,
they're the
Shotgun
ones they
Franklin
took
was
it.
really
And
cool.
tell them Doc and Amy sent you. That was
He hooked
amazing.
the little one up. He
Yeah.
was, my youngest was not very happy that he couldn't participate, and he walked over and said, "We're going to let you shoot a couple guns before you leave today," and he did.
That's
It was
awesome.
it was really cool. Yeah, so it made it really nice for all of us. So that was fun, and then we went to a cool restaurant that the kids
Magic Mike's or
No, it's not Magic Mike's. My God, yes, we took the kids to Magic Mike's restaurant. Every time he had to say that.
Monty.
Yeah, it's called the Magic Time Machine, but it is the inside the restaurant's retro. They have like
Retro.
retro.
Okay.
A lot of the tables are in these
retro. That's
little
not good for a restaurant. Very-
weird constructed pods, and they have old fat. It's different than anything you've seen. They have an old MG that's the salad car.
Yeah, an MGTD that's
Mm-hmm.
got cutouts and the salad trays fit right down inside. So you're actually taking your salad from the salad car. It
was pretty cool. But the dinner part, whatever. I've had better dinners, but the cool part was the experience.
Wait, that's it. Yeah,
No, I mean it's not. It's not that. The reason why I like it is not because it's the best meal I've ever had. It's because it's a really cool experience.
Good
and the kids
presentation,
really
yes.
loved it. Our server was Nacho Libre, and he was dressed up as Nacho Libre. He sang the songs. He
twerked. Oh
Spoke
my
like
God.
him. He twerked. I mean, it was absolutely
That
hilarious.
pretty much put me right off my meal, I got to tell you.
Yeah, and then you have other characters. We had Lara Croft come over to the table.
That I enjoyed.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Vavoom. And then I did have Jake from Adventure Time with Jake and Finn come sit next to me. Woohoo! He was like 8 foot tall and weighed about 80 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that was my excitement.
Like a,
Doc went to the bathroom and he came and sat next to me and he was talking to us. But it was fun. It was very unique. It was really cool. The kids absolutely loved it. So that was a lot of fun. Just downtown, there's so many fun things to do.
yes,
And-
we recommend San Antonio, the River Walk, all of that stuff.
It's a big German
Certainly.
population there, which is really cool because Doc and I are of German heritage. And so if you want to have a lot of fun and
I
do
took
a
over
lot of
Austria
different
last
things-
week while we were gone.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And do a lot of fun, unique things and never run out of things to do and meet some really, really friendly people. Great place to go.
Yes.
So we were kind of trapped there. We were thinking we would be back. We had the show prepared for last week and we were sitting on the plane and the guy tells us, and my first thought is, now Doc and the oldest were sitting 2 rows behind me and the youngest. I get up and I look at him. I'm like, you going to call? Thank God we have cell phones now, because if not, we wouldn't have been able to.
John would have been all over it. He would have done exactly what
he would
to
have been
do,
like,
so,
"Oh
yeah.
man, where are they?"
He would have done the show all by himself.
Yeah, so we thought we still might make it, but
so
it worked out that way.
Yes,
But we're back now.
yes, and we want to say hello to the folks at the Marriott there in
Yes,
downtown.
downtown.
Yes, and our man at the front desk,
Jerry.
was
was a cool dude.
very cool. Yes, took good care of us. So enough of that scintillating radio
Yes.
that did slides from our vacation.
Yes.
We also last week. Missed doing our Veterans Day tribute.
We
We
did.
apologize for that. So, not to slight that portion of the show, we would like to say thank you to all of our active duty, veteran, retired, former, KIA, MIA, everyone that is in that big envelope. Thank you. We want to remember everyone that did not make it back. Veterans are very important. So we had a big tribute that we did not get to, and we did not want to slight that. So happy belated Veterans Day to everyone to whom that applies.
And that would apply to you because you are a veteran.
I am, yes. Actually, I almost lost a hand in the sexual revolution. Yes, and I got the purple helmet and the blonde star.
Oh, my God.
I had several awards. Want to see my clusters? No, I 6 years in the Navy, and I managed to be here to tell about it. I'm thankful for that, and of course thankful for all those who served at the same time I did, all of my compatriots there, and those before and after. My actual lineage goes back to the Continental Army, so I can trace my forebears all the way from the initial military of this country right on up to basically almost today. So
It's pretty cool.
yes, very cool. So thank you to all of you who served. Thank you very much. And you're welcome to call us at 856-227-1360. That's 1360. And kind of let us know what you were up to when you were serving the country, or anything else you would like to add to this frivolity. Please do call. So, Amy has some stuff that she has prepared, and I always try to get that taken care of because it's always
thank you.
so entertaining.
That's so sweet.
Do you want to go ahead and now we do a running segment?
Yes, we do. Let's just do it.
It's just
Because I know you want to.
I'm all Nike all over this. Now we have an ongoing segment, and John is involved in this. John, are you up for this again?
I am.
Okay, so this is what we call two people, one quote, and what happens is Amy delivers a quote and then attributes it to two different people, and John has to come up with the actual author of the quote. It's always very exciting. Now, we stand at, I'm trying to remember, it was...
I can't even remember. I think it was 5-4.
It was 5-4.
I think I caught up.
Yeah.
I think.
John is still in the lead.
Yes, he is.
It's 5-4. It's Amy's game, so we want to see her make this the tying element today. So,
Yeah, okay.
So we'll see how John does on this. There may be some of you that you know because I listened to this earlier.
Now, these are song lyrics. I mixed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Next week, I will probably go back to quotes again.
So this is the lyrics challenge this week.
Yes.
Okay.
Just some,
So Amy will give a brief excerpt of lyrics and attribute it to two different artists, and John will have to tell us which artist that was. So
Correct.
without further ado, I'm so excited about this. Please take it away.
Here we go. Okay. Sunshine been keeping me up for days. There's no nighttime. It's only a passing phase. And I feel pretty enough for you. I felt so ugly before. Is it Elliott Smith or James Taylor?
I'm going to say James Taylor.
It was Elliott Smith.
I feel pretty, so pretty. Okay, so
I had to
it
pick
is-
both men for that one.
It is Amy 1, John nothing. We're off to an unconventional start.
Those were very kind words.
You're
Mr.
so-
Passive Aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah, well, at least you're getting the passive part right now. So we are going to continue with this.
Okay.
Now, this is different. I like this.
It makes it fun. I'm going to go back to quotes next week. I want to see if I can't find some
So y'all can't say that you haven't been warned.
Thanksgiving quotes or something for next
That'd
week.
be good. So what pilgrim said this? Okay, go ahead. See what we have.
Lovely. A copper. How do you like that, boys? A copper. And we went for it. I went for it. Treated him like a kid brother. And I was going to split 50-50 with a copper. They were there waiting to pin a medal on him. Come on, get up. Get your hands up. Yeah, that's it. A nice gold medal for the copper. Was that Bye Bye Birdie or Madonna?
Bye Bye Birdie.
Madonna.
Oh, two.
That is
Nothing.
actually an
Amy.
excellent song.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
I would play it, but
Because of the copper. Yeah.
it's a very good. It's the
Yeah,
beginning
copper,
of the
eh?
song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had to do a little searching to try to find something
that,
unique.
That was quite unique. So for those of you keeping track at home,
It does sound just
Amy-
like Bye Bye Birdie.
It does. Amy is ahead 2-0. This is ever exciting. Now we always do 5, so it could be anybody's game.
It
still.
could be still. Yep.
So let's see what happens.
Okay. Lost in a dream. Nothing is what it seems. Searching my head for the words that you said. Tears filled my eyes as we said our last goodbyes. This sad scene replays of you walking away. Megadeth or Mariah Carey?
Say the lyrics one more time.
Lost in a dream. Nothing is what it seems. Searching my head for the words that you said. Tears filled my eyes as we said our last goodbyes. This sad scene replays of you walking away.
I'm going to say Mariah Carey.
Megadeth.
Wow.
Wow. All right, ladies.
Let me
and
just say, I had to do a lot of searching, and some of these lyrics that I choose make sense and for the artist who sung them. Some of them don't. I
Sang
mixed them up.
Yes.
Who sang them? Yeah, sorry, I don't know why I said sung, but sing, sang, song. Was that a song? I don't know. Whatever.
In China. Yes.
In China. Okay. So,
ladies and gentlemen, we have Amy with a resounding 3 points to
wow, that's a
John's
miracle.
uncommon.
Maybe I
0.
should go away more often.
Now, we always play it out, John,
We'll
so
play it
you
out,
have a
of course.
chance
Yeah.
to get on the board here.
Okay.
What do you have next?
Okay, here she goes again, racing through my brain, and I just can't contain this feeling that remains. There she blows again, pulsing through my vein, and I just can't contain this feeling that remains. Was it Sixpence None the Richer or Jim Morrison?
Jim Morrison.
I am really surprised it's Sixpence None the Richer. I
Oh,
can't believe you didn't get that.
my
If you heard that song,
Yeah, I would have.
you know that song.
Yeah.
I guarantee you know it because they still play it, and you know it. I said to Doc, I bet he's going to get this one, but it doesn't matter now. So when you hear the song, you're going to be like, "Oh man,
You're toast.
there you go."
All right.
Okay,
Well, we have one left, John. You can still have a
Okay.
chance to get on the board. Let's see what
okay.
happens.
And in the shadows of a moonlit night, I saw those eyes a shining through. Oh, heart of gold, I love you, misty blue. Oh, blue. Was it Steve Perry or Celine Dion?
Celine Dion.
It was Steve Perry.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's a banner day at the Doc and Amy Show.
Wow.
Amy has
I am shocked.
performed
Got shut
our
out.
second ever shutout. In
Wow.
Yes, that's
I can't
well
even
done,
believe
darling.
it.
So
I'm
in-
in total shock.
well done, darling. It's
Wow.
nicely done.
Finally.
Even though it was your game and the deck was loaded in your favor.
thanks.
That brings everything up 5-5. Well played, nonetheless, John. You're ever the competitor.
Those were really hard.
Yes.
I spent a lot of time trying to find,
Okay.
those
Okay.
lyrics. So don't feel bad.
Yes. All right. Next
Wow.
week, happy birthday to you. That was exciting. That was a shutout.
Yeah.
We've only seen that twice, and now both sides have a shutout to their
Yeah.
benefit.
Oh,
So,
did John shut me out one time?
it was John or Robert or maybe both. I can't remember. I'll have to go back
Okay.
through the. I have to go back through another 100 shows to figure out.
Yeah, that's great. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Alrighty then.
Nicely done.
Thanks,
Congratulations.
finally.
Yes.
It's about time.
Very, very nice.
Jeez.
So, I'm beside myself. I didn't expect a
know.
complete shutout. We also were talking today about many things. Family gatherings are certainly coming to mind. We have lots of birthdays.
Yep, coming
in
up.
our
We do.
family.
Yes.
Thanksgiving, Christmas. There's going to be lots of family togetherness.
Yes.
Again, they can't say they weren't warned, but there are lots of things that we remember about family. I remember my mom was a very unique individual. She had lots of things that she used to say that it still stick with me to this day. Not that they were nuggets of wisdom. Things like. I would, at some point, she would just be at the end of her rope, and she'd say, "How many times do I have to tell you?" And I'd say, "Well, don't give up. We'll never know." For which I got smacked.
Did
in the
you get
mouth.
smacked? I was gonna say, did you
I had a
get smacked with
part-time
that one?
job getting smacked in the mouth when I was a kid. But she was, and it's like she would transform at certain points. I remember in the stores, she used to become like the illegitimate love child of James Mason and Clint Eastwood in the grocery store. You know, it's like, you're not getting the frosted flakes. Through the clenched teeth and so forth. Just stand over there and shut up, you know. It's like, it was scary. It was really, you know, because she was like 4'8".
She was teeny tiny.
She was, yeah. But she could, if she had the chance, she would beat you with a Washington Monument. She was...
beat you with the Washington Monument.
My God. It was...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, she was quite the force to be reckoned with. Even a hand grenade isn't very big. If you think about it, she was something. So, lots of things, came, reminiscences came back about past holidays with the family. I remember once a long time ago, one of my exes volunteered to make the turkey. And we were about an hour into the process, and she says, "You want to check on the turkey?" And I looked in the oven, and he was pissed. I'm like, honey, yeah. There's a certain amount of prep work was neglected there.
Yeah, well, I have to mention this if I can.
Sure.
A few years ago, my sister had Thanksgiving for the first time. My aunt used to have it. And then my sister took it over. So what's funny is I do not eat red meat or pork. I do eat poultry and fish, but I always carve the turkey. That's just been Doc is throwing stuff at John. That's really nice of you.
It was a good hit too.
We just leave him alone. My God. So anyway, I always carve the turkey. That's just what I do. So I take the turkey out, let it rest. You know, I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting ready to carve it. I'm getting all prepared. First thing I do is take out the stuffing, or as my grandma called it, the stuffing. She called it the stuffing.
Well, she was drunk.
That's what no, she was not. That's just Graham. Icing and stuffing and acme. You know, it's fun. She's fun. But anyway, so I take out the stuffing and I put it in a bowl, and this smell comes out. It smells like
of the turkey?
Of the turkey. Okay. Possibly like what the feces of a vulture who ate a 6-day-old dead camel in the desert who had died after it ate a 6-day-old dead vulture in the desert would smell like.
That certainly describes
it was
full circle in the
delicious.
Food chain, doesn't it? Yeah, it's okay.
So I'm thinking I know what it is. So I reach my hand in there, and there's a big old bag of giblets in there.
Giblets,
whatever.
Gimlets.
Yeah. That was the first extra special activity that was in there. And then I'm like, all right, this is nasty. Because you think they cook for like 6 hours in a plastic bag. Reach in again.
They should be done.
I pulled the turkey neck out. Now,
you can eat that.
A turkey neck is not supposed to be baked inside a turkey for 6 hours. It was probably the nastiest thing I've ever touched or seen in my entire life. So I call my sister over, and she's like, hold on, she's doing something. I said, turn around. And I just point my finger, and you should have seen her face. She was like, I'm never going to live this down. It was the funniest thing. So,
well, she certainly hasn't today.
No, and because she sends me a picture on vacation. My niece, I still don't understand this. I didn't ask her about it. She had to turn a turkey into something else. I don't know if it was a paper turkey or a stuffed turkey for school. And she turned it into a mermaid, okay? So my sister sends me a picture of it. And it's small, my cell phone. I can't even tell. I don't even know what's going on. We were like out somewhere. So I didn't have time. All I did was text her back. I said, "Did she remember to take out the neck in the giblets?" Oh God! I'm like, thank you for setting me up to really bust your chops. So that's a classic.
So she's going to be calling the turkey Ariel.
Really. So she will never, ever, ever live that down long as she lives.
Oh, of course not. Now that everyone in our broadcast area knows about it.
It was hilarious. I'm sure many, many people have done. She never
go ahead and give
turkey.
her phone number so they can razz her.
And just for the record, my sister is a very good cook and an excellent baker. I mean, it's not like she doesn't know her way around the kitchen.
Oh, she makes great cookies.
She's definitely a better baker than me. And she would probably say that I'm a little bit better cook than her. as far as how far-reaching my expertise is. She's good at following recipes, but I can like create things. But she's a much.
Can you
better
make
baker.
a mermaid out of a turkey?
No, I
think
cannot.
Okay.
She's an excellent baker. But anyway, it's not that she isn't a good cook. She really is. She just kind of missed the ball on that one. So if anybody else has any stories like that,
Yes.
call in this week.
If you want to call and
next
describe your
week.
giblets, please call us at 856-227-1360.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, that's delightful.
Okay. Hey, what are you going to do? Yeah, we were talking about the veterans. And
Yes.
I remember there was a lot of transition in the military when I was... there was this whole don't ask, don't tell thing that came about. Now, that was after I was in.
Right.
When I was in the military, it was kind of like basically they didn't even mention it.
Yeah.
Until it came time to sign the paper. And there was a question on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, something about homosexuality or something
Yeah.
like that. And if you answered the question, I swear, you disappeared.
Really?
I went to
Wow.
the center where they do the physicals and so forth. I can't remember the name of it now. And this guy rode with us. And we're going through the process, and we're at this table, and we're all going through filling out the form at the same time. And he's kind of the guy's kind of reading the questions off, because in the military, it's not a given that you can read. And we get to that question, and, and everybody. He says, and he reads the question, and I don't know how it was worded. And he said, "Of course you'll mark no." And this kid raises his hand. He said, "Well, what if I mark yes?" And he took him to the side. And when we rode home, the five of us, he was not in the car.
Really?
Yes, I never saw him again. I don't.
Wow.
He went to a special place. I don't know.
A special place.
So I don't
Wow.
know. That was odd. You know, but now, you know, at first it was the don't ask, don't tell thing.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Which, to me, I'm from Indiana. If
Yeah.
you have both of those things in action at the same time, don't ask, don't tell, that means shut up.
Yeah, right,
Just shut
right,
up.
right,
You know, and so
right.
that's common sense. But now it's dare I say wide open? No,
Yeah.
probably not. It's an accepting,
Right.
tolerant, diversified type
Right.
of military. So I'm thinking there are going to be some changes coming.
Right.
With the wide acceptance of gays in the military. You're talking about the Navy SEALs. You know, you'll see them. They're highly trained, very specialized, very adept at hand-to-hand combat. You'll see many of them with a black belt in Feng Shui, carrying a .45 caliber Tommy girl, and
Oh my God.
they're very heroic. They won't be decorated; they'll be accessorized.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine the enemy interrogation with the enemy combatants, the terrorists? What does he mean? What's my sign? What?
What does he mean? What's my sign?
So I don't know. We're looking to see things change, as always. The more things change, the more these things stay the same. But whatever. That just came to my head. I'm thinking that we always honor our military. It's and having been there, I like poking a little fun every once in a while.
Well, it's all
no
about
pun
poking
intended.
fun. If anybody
Yes.
gets offended, they shouldn't, because the whole point of comedy is to take stereotypes and poke fun at them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's most of what comedy is. It takes what people assume to be true and completely twists it and contorts it to make it funny.
Right. Yeah. So we don't do anything.
We're not trying to offend
Yes.
anybody. We're
Right.
just-
It's not. We don't do anything.
we make fun of ourselves too,
Right.
more than anybody else. So
Right. So
So
I enjoyed my time in the military. So anyway, we do honor our veterans, and it's just a little bit of fun we're having. Now, you were talking about some things earlier that I quite enjoyed. Can you pass?
yeah, I have a couple little
Share that with us, please.
little stories. Yeah. So, we've been
Now,
talking.
these are news stories. These,
Oh yeah, my news stories are always 100%
ripped right from today's headlines.
ripped right from the headlines.
We
They're
need that
100%,
intro. If we could get that,
100% factual.
of course,
Nothing
Yes.
is made up.
Every
It's all.
every syllable out of our mouth
Yes.
is gospel
It's all
truth.
real.
You betcha.
So here we go.
And now, today's Doc and Amy Show headlines with Amy.
Hi, this is Amy. I always.
Yes.
I'm glad I'm not a real news reporter.
You're Dan. I'd rather not. That's
Dan, I'd rather not.
okay, whatever. Just go ahead. As now that we're
okay. So, Obamacare. It's like it's like a mom saying clean your room to their kids. Like, if I hear it one more time, I'm going to scream. But it's just reality right now because it's affecting a lot of people in a really bad way. So I did a little digging, and apparently there was an investigative report conducted last month by John Stossel, who we all know does those little undercover things.
The best mustache in show business.
Yeah, he does. And he discovered that Obama was voted by his high school graduating class as the most likely to destroy the entire healthcare system as we know it.
Good call.
So I thought that was interesting that his high school class,
That's prophecy, is what that is.
It was total prophecy. That was pretty cool. So he fulfilled his
They
destiny.
were prophomores.
They were prophomores.
Nah, I'm sorry.
He fulfilled his destiny.
He did. So did my ex, but we won't go.
Nah.
I thought it was most likely to succeed. Not,
Oh.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Oh. Now, folks, just think about that for a minute.
Yes, divide that into
We're
two
not
syllables.
going to
Yes,
say
and-
that on the radio because
and
that
carry
would be
the
vulgar.
hoe. Yes, okay.
We'll just insinuate.
Yes.
So I thought that was pretty interesting.
That is very interesting.
Yeah, I never got that.
John Stossel goes right after the heart of the matter.
He
play.
does.
Yes.
I was
And if John, if you're listening, you can call us
Yeah.
at 856-227-1360. Yes.
I actually got one of those awards in high school, and this is real. I'm not making this up. You know,
Do we wanna know?
most those awards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I may have told you this, but I got teacher's pet in my senior class.
I see. Who was the teacher?
Not, and there are lots of teachers.
Oh, really? All right.
The generalized teacher's pet.
Bow chicka wow wow. Okay.
Stop! Oh my God! So that's what I got.
Yeah.
I was friendly with a lot of the teachers. I was
I
kind
got
of mature for my age.
I got a very simple. It was just most unlikely.
Most unlikely.
That was me. Yeah, it's just.
Oh my
What the
gosh!
hell are you doing here?
Yeah. So that was my little. But Obama. That was pretty amazing. That
That is.
Yeah.
So let's not milk it anymore. Go to the
Let's
next.
not. Okay. So the next story I have is probably it's like a little poll that's done every year, and people probably aren't aware of it, but basically after Rush Limbaugh walked past a puppy last week without kicking it, which is a first, his heart moved to second place. It was a surprising upset. The Mariana Trench moved to the number one spot for the first time in years.
Number one spot of what?
As the most abysmal place on earth.
I see. Okay, I missed that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Rush
The most abysmal place on earth, yeah.
Rush Limbaugh really dropped the ball when he walked past that puppy and didn't kick it. So now the Mariana Trench has moved up to the number one spot.
Of the most
Abysmal place on earth. Rush Limbaugh's heart has gone down to second place. Ooh, that was pretty cool. Doc did that with his
My
throat
head.
and mouth and stuff. I don't know
Yes.
what he was using. That's sounds just like a heart.
Well, hey, I have one. I've been practicing.
he put his chest up to the microphone. Yeah. So Rush Limbaugh bumped down in the notches. I'm sure he'll do something nasty.
We're sorry about that, Rush. And if you're listening, please call 856-227-1360. What we'd like to do now, we're going to take a quick break here. We have some things that happened that allow us to pay the bills. We're going to take a moment here to give you some news about some folks that are sponsors of our show. We will be back very, very soon. Hey, everybody. This is Doc of the Doc and Amy Show. I just wanted to let you in on a secret of mine. CPS Computers. They've been serving the area's computer needs for over 8 years now, and when it comes to computers, they can help you out too. They have a wide variety of new PCs and laptops to choose from. They do free diagnostics, and they can repair your broken machine for you. That's CPS Computers. They're at 722 Mantua Pike at the Heights Plaza in Woodbury Heights, and they're between the Subway and the Dollar Tree. Visit them or call 856-251-1007. That's 251-1007. And be sure to tell them Doc and Amy sent you.
Folks, if you like great Chinese and Japanese cuisine, go where we go, Jin Jin Restaurant. They've been at 5 Point Tower Square in Sewell, New Jersey for almost 6 years now. Not only do they have hundreds of dine-in and take-out menu selections, but their food is delicious. Over 20 types of sushi and sashimi, meals, appetizers, and much, much more. You can take advantage of lunch specials from only $5.45, and get this, Jin Jin will deliver any order over $10 for free to a 7-mile radius. For convenience, you can order or make table reservations by phone, fax, text, or online so that your delicious food is ready when you are. They're open weekdays from 10:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m., Friday and Saturdays from 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from 11 to 10. So call or visit the great people at Jin Jin at 137 Egg Harbor Road in Sewell, New Jersey at 5 Point Tower Square. The number is 856-232-2288. That's 856-232-2288. Or fax them at 232-2289. And you can link to their website from ours, thedocandamyshow.com. Be sure to tell them that Doc and Amy sent you.
Well, thank you so much for that. We
you.
do have an update.
We do.
CPS Computers. I was in there the other day, and the marvelous folks in there gave me a little tour around the place. And what we'd like to do is also let you know that they now have a second location that we'd like to let you know about. And all of the same stuff applies, the free diagnostics and so forth. They're in Cinnaminson, and they're at 1204 Route 130, Suite 4. You can call them at 856-829-8300. That's 829-8300. CPS Computers, 2 locations, one in Woodbury Heights and the other now in Cinnaminson. Please, if you have any computer needs at all, if you're looking for new or used things, please give them a call. So, wanted to get that definitely taken care of. Now, we had some things we were talking about as far as commemoration with the Veterans Day and that sort of thing. The 50th anniversary of the JFK assassination is coming up. And I remember I was home that day, and seeing the things as they came over television was quite different back then. There were no, we had Sputnik, and it wasn't ours.
Yeah.
So the things just rolled in over the telephone, and as we could get them. It was a very long day of waiting for input, and
to see what was going on.
So
I can't believe you remember that. You were really little.
I still am.
Yeah.
But yes, I do remember. Lord. I remember that day quite well. I remember. I have a very good memory. I remember way back to my very, very, very early childhood. As a matter of fact, my first memory is that of swimming.
Ew. Now, can I ask you something?
I suppose.
Was your mom very emotional about it?
Yes.
She was? Okay.
Yes.
I just was curious.
Yes, she was.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and of course, in the intervening years, they had done several things to memorialize the man.
Right.
They put his face on a 50-cent piece because God knows they couldn't pass one up.
Oh God!
Yeah, so we're going to be.
Ouch!
Oh boy. I'll be hearing from the Kennedys. I'm sure.
Yeah, I know.
That family has taught us a lot. They taught us that skulls aren't bulletproof and planes and cars don't float. Okay, so.
God.
Yeah, whatever.
So wrong.
Yeah, I know. That's just the way I am. So anyway, now I'm anxious to get on with your news.
Okay.
You had something else, another offering for us.
So apparently this is good news. The eastern stellar sea lion was taken off the endangered species list, which is really cool.
Eastern stellar
sea lion. It's a specific species of sea lion, and they're starting to repopulate again, which is awesome. That's always good news.
Yeah.
However, there's still some species on the endangered list, which are a cause for concern, and we really need to focus on improving this. They are the Republicans with empathy and Democrats with common sense. They are still on the endangered list.
Yes.
So we all need to help.
Extremely hard to find.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
and they're all in the wild. Yes, 100% true. Yes.
so we have that, and then I have a funny tweet, from
tweet?
Ricky Gervais.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this was funny. Remember, being healthy is basically dying as slowly as possible.
That's right. That's right. That's the I remember an interview with a man who was 110 years old, and the person interviewing him went up to him and said, you were one of the oldest living humans, and I understand that you really credit bananas with your longevity. How is that? And the man said, I have a simple theory here. You get up every morning and you eat a banana every day for 110 years. Okay, crickets, everybody.
I didn't get it.
You eat a banana every day for 110 years. That's how you live to be 110.
Really?
Yeah,
Was he serious, or was that a joke?
Give it a shot. I don't know.
Give it a shot.
Jeez. This used to be easy.
This is a tough room.
I know, and it's mine.
Gosh, these clueless people.
Oh, geez.
Can I interject something?
Go for
May
it.
I?
Since that just is still laying there dead.
It's flopping like a fish out of water.
Yeah.
We went to Fredericksburg on vacation, which is about an hour outside of San Antonio, and
I thought we were going to Fredericks of Hollywood. It was a big letdown.
whatever.
Yeah.
Fredericksburg is a town that was established by Germans, and like 130 years ago or whatever. So it has a lot of German history. Really cute town. I'm not going to
Cute. It's cute, John.
It
It's
really-
a cute
it was-
town.
it was really
it's this
fun.
big. It's a tiny, cute little town.
Yeah, there was a Pacific.
We drove through it in a Hot Wheels.
Whatever.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a Pacific War Museum there, which we always we enjoyed that, and shops and things. So we went to the old town meeting spot that had been there 130 years ago. They had moved it and rebuilt some of it. So we walk inside, and this old man, that now he's getting why I'm saying it, this old man greets us. And he was, 93?
91.
He was 91.
91.
And that was the first time I had met a 91-year-old German ninja. Because he's talking to us, and he takes us to something, and then somebody else walks in, so he walks away. And the four of us are walking in a group, and there's different, it's very small. There's little exhibits. It's not anything fancy. It's on poster board, and they had like a
Little gondolas in the middle, though, with different displays.
yeah, and it was cute. They had like a shut up. They had a mammoth like tusk or something there, which was really cool. So we're at a display. We're looking at it, and we're all sitting there. And we're all looking down at it. All of a sudden, he like pops up out of nowhere, and we're like,
Yeah.
ah! His little old German man, and he says, "Come here, I want to show you this." So he takes it over. We're all looking at it. I start to ask him a question. He's gone again. So we all walk over to something else. We're sitting there. We're all intently reading it, looking at it. And all of a sudden, he pops up out of nowhere, and we're like, ah! He's this like old German ninja man. I just had to say that. Old people are funny. And he said, I asked him what the secret to living so long was, and he said, clean living. And I said, yeah, well, what do you mean? He said, I take a bath every day. Like I knew what that joke was, but old people, I won't even say
It's no banana story.
It's
I'm
no
telling you.
banana story,
Yeah.
no, but I swear it was like he materialized out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah. It was,
And we were all like, ah! He just kept popping up. Little old German ninja. So that was pretty. It's just amazing the stuff that you remember. And then another weird thing, which I'm sorry, you're probably going to kill me, but I have to mention this. And I want to give credit to Doc because, of course, we went to the Alamo, which was very cool. Very nice.
That was my one suggestion.
It's a pretty small. There's not that much to see, but it was very nice. It was a fort, so there's walls. We walk outside the walls.
It's a church.
This is cool. It is short, but it was fortified. What I meant, it was fortified, so there's walls.
With
So
iron and vitamins.
yeah.
Yes.
So we walk outside the walls, and there's this really nice hotel and restaurant. Right next to this is this old building, and it looks like it's been there 100 years, and it says Little Alamo Museum. Well, it looked like the little ghetto Alamo Museum. It didn't look like anything fancy at all. Okay, nothing I would go into. It was teeny tiny. The sign looked like it was hand painted or whatever. Doc says we want to go in there. I'm like, okay, fine. Walk in. It did have some really cool, different Alamo like weapons that were used.
It had period firearms.
It did. It was
yes,
cool, but
cutlery and
it was probably about as big as this radio station, maybe. So we walk in, and they have a diorama of the original Alamo, and it's in plastic, like in a glass case. It was huge.
yeah.
Here, this is the weirdest thing. You will never guess, John, who owns this diorama ever.
It's got lights above, and there's a recorded story that goes in sequence.
Yes.
And this person actually narrates it, and it lights up different areas of the diorama
Of the original Alamo.
Yes.
Okay. Phil Collins from Genesis owns this
Really?
diorama.
Yes.
He is apparently obsessed with the Alamo.
Has the largest personal collection of Alamo
I'm like,
memorabilia
what?
in
This
private
guy's
hands.
from England.
Yeah.
And apparently we were
Well,
talking to
aren't we all?
Duke, the owner, and Phil was there 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And Duke was an amazing guy. So
He
hello,
was
Duke.
so cool. It was so fun. So kudos to Doc. Like, just to our listeners, some places might not look like you want to go in there. Now, we did have a bear.
So take me on vacation if you want to
take
find
him.
the very best
And
spots.
then I try to go outside the box, and I get this authentic Mexican restaurant. Just shut up. So I do tons of research on vacation. I look at all kinds of reviews. I spend hours and hours and hours trying to find the perfect things
She
to
does.
do.
She does.
I find this authentic Mexican restaurant. It
Authentic.
got really good reviews. Oh my God.
It was dog food.
It looked like a Mexican baño in there. Like, it was. My meal wasn't that bad, but theirs, it was horrible. So we pull up, and I'm thinking, I don't want to go in there. And then I'm like,
my shredded steak in my taco still had marks where the jockey was hitting it. Thank you, Rodney Dangerfield. Yes,
was bad.
It was incredible.
but I pulled up, and it looked like a big crap hole. But I'm like, you know what? I would never
And
have
that was
gone in
accurate,
there.
yeah.
But I'm like, I want to do this. Like, I want to do something different and go in.
Sample the local traditional,
Yeah, I'm like,
authentic
it got
flavor.
good reviews. Oh, God help me. It was not
dog food.
It was bad. Mine wasn't that bad, but everybody else's
Mine was dog food.
Yeah, it was really bad. So I try to like
Post
branch
dog.
out and like do something different and
Yeah.
like walk the unbeaten path or whatever. And it really does not work out. But Doc does it in the little Alamo Museum.
And I find Phil Collins.
It was so cool. And then we find out, that Phil Collins is like really into the Alamo, which I thought was really cool. So, do what Doc does and find the cool,
Find the cool
off the
spots.
beaten path places and just
Yes.
don't be like me.
And if you have any interesting vacation stories, you can call The Amy Show at 856-227-1360. We still have some time to entertain your thoughts. Now, you had something else in your
I did.
news briefs.
Yeah, I people may have heard about this story. There was a woman in Indiana, your home state.
the place to be from.
Yeah,
Yes.
the place to be from and not living in.
Yes.
Who 3 years ago met up with a man who needed a kidney. They met through mutual friends, and she agreed immediately to donate her kidney to him. And surprisingly, they were a match. She donates her kidney to him. They fell in love, and last month they got married.
Wow. How about that?
That's quite a story.
That's amazing.
So, they fell in love. They got married. Everything's great. So, I guess someone thought, wow, this is a great way to meet people.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not capitalize on other people's misfortune and
Sure, that's what we
missing
do.
organs? So this spawned a new dating site where you can be matched not only to a potential life partner, but to a donor. So if you're interested, you just have to go to www.youknowyouwantmyorgan.com.
Okay. And which is not so far removed from the experience I had on Match.com, where my ex, we met, and she proceeded after some amount of time to rip my heart out and stomp it into purple quivering goo.
And that is a true story.
That is, yes, that is a true story. Yes, that's she.
You should have gone. You want my organ.com.
Yes. Well, God knows how that would have been. But she developed this really weird, bad persona. She was like Don Rickles sitting naked in broken glass, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. So that was
Thank
an
God you moved on from that, and you have an awesome significant other now.
I do.
Aw, you didn't even say something smart.
Well,
That was nice.
and it's really, quite a challenge to be on the radio and not have her find out about you.
You know what? Wow, I knew something was coming.
No, you
You're a
are
brat.
you are the
I know.
best. Yes.
I know. But thanks for
Wait till our
reiterating
Valentine's Day broadcast. People will just be turning
that.
us
Oh,
because
he writes me poems and stuff. Although he hasn't done that in a while. That's okay. I have my memories.
it's very limited, It's trying to find a variety of words that rhyme with spanking. I don't know.
Cranking.
I stop. No, I have written a book of poetry. It's,
You did.
It's entitled "Why Giants Don't Wear Kilts and Other Illustrations." That
charming.
is the actual title, but
It is.
there are a couple.
Yeah,
decent
you're
pieces.
very talented.
Thank you.
I have to say, very moving.
Yes.
I do have one other story.
Do you? All right.
Yes. And I didn't tell you about this one. This was a secret.
Oh, we have. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm crossing my fingers on that.
Okay. It's about homeschooling.
Oh.
Yeah, I read a really interesting article about it. And I don't know where this research came from. It might have come from the Homeschoolers of America or something. Who knows? But apparently, on average, homeschoolers outperform public school students by 30 points per test subject.
Wow.
Which I think is amazing.
significant, yeah.
Yeah, and then some more statistics. High school homeschool students are 10 times more likely to be beat up at a frat party and 5 times more likely to draw on their date. So, those are just some statistics on the flip side that go along with that.
Right.
And then in addition, I found this interesting article kind of along the same lines, and it's kind of scary. Obama was commenting on our rank worldwide in different subjects. For instance, we're 25th in math in the world, 15th in science, 12th in English. So we're really lagging behind, to be a superpower and be that low down on the totem pole's pretty bad. But he had a, little bit different spin on things.
As he
As he
knows
usually
about
does.
spin, of course.
So
yes.
this is what he said, and I quote: "Although these tests are important, we must not forget that Americans scored the highest in the world for the last 6 years on the APGAR test. and after all, isn't that the most important test there
Your
is?"
first test, yes. Yeah, your APGAR score really should get right next to your ASVAB. Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. I had to save that little nugget.
That's right, yes. Apparently, Obama is, delighted, with the statisticians he has at his disposal. They're reporting to him that, our American students are holding their ground solidly in the middle half in math. So,
The middle half.
yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Speaking of homeschoolers, I remember in my previous life, there was some homeschooling involved, and my ex decided to homeschool her little spawn of Satan, and we went to the homeschool convention where they, sell the books and all of the
Okay.
extra materials and all the, the budding genius study guides and all that stuff.
Okay.
And I have to say that her offspring notwithstanding, it got the feeling that most of the children in the room are way smarter than me. But I did notice, I kind of hung back and I listened. Now these homeschool children, very smart,
Yeah.
but they are lacking in social skills and street smarts, especially.
Right.
They got no real cred,
Right.
And it's you can't fake that. I noticed these couple of kids, these two black boys standing at the end of a gondola, and they're arguing.
Okay.
And doing the one-upsmanship, and they're trying in vain to do
Yeah.
the dozens,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
finally I heard one of them say, "Oh yeah, well, yo ma." So
Wow.
yeah, it's
And what was that I said? Homeschoolers are 10 times more likely to get beat up at a frat party.
Yeah, so
There you go.
So I went over and beat him up.
Yo-yo
Yes.
ma.
I don't know. I
I
was.
cello you to death.
I'm out of notes, so I had to.
There we go. That's okay. Well, we do next week will be our Thanksgiving show.
Our 400th show. So
yeah,
yes.
our Thanksgiving show.
Yes, it will be.
So I'm hoping I can find some stupid celebrity Thanksgiving quotes. We shall see about that. I also, along with Thanksgiving, and perhaps more important than celebrating the long-standing tradition of our country and breaking bread with family and thanking and being thankful for everything in our lives, would be Black Friday.
Actually, I think the first thing, the most important thing about Thanksgiving, John, at our house, is we keep it traditional. We take it back to its roots, and we really strive to do the right thing and make it historical. So what we do, we strive every Thanksgiving to have a meal with the Indians. So we go to Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, God. Then we check into a motel. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that was funny.
I'm
That was
drifting
good.
here. I'm sorry.
Yes, no, that was that was really good.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, I like that. So anyway,
Go ahead, darling.
so with Thanksgiving now, we have Black Friday. Mm-hmm. Doc and I used to go out on Black Friday. Actually, it became
Twice.
It
Twice.
morphed from Black Friday to Thanksgiving Eve, Thanksgiving evening, late after the festivity. I would never cut Thanksgiving short for Black Friday.
The first time it morphed from Black Friday to thoughts of suicide.
Yes, we did. We always did Toys R Us. So, and my cousin Jill would come with us, and that was kind of a tradition that we did.
And we stood out in the parking lot. It was freezing cold.
It's craziness.
And what pulls up through the crowd but an ice cream truck?
Yes,
I swear
not
to
even
God.
kidding. No, not even kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was
An
making
ice cream
I
truck.
don't.
And people bought the ice cream.
Yeah, they were starving to death out in this long line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we used to do that. However, last year I did not. I do
And I love you.
almost
darling.
all of my shopping, about 95% of it online. So
And she's finished her Christmas shopping until the year 2021.
no, I'm about 75% done already. I start
I'm
shopping. in
100%
August.
done, John. And I haven't spent a dime.
I don't enjoy it. I enjoy baking cookies with the kids and going to look at lights and watching Christmas movies and decorating the tree. And I don't enjoy shopping for gifts. To me, that's not what the season's about. So I like to get it over as soon as
Right.
possible. So in the spirit of that, I have, with my extensive experience with Black Friday shopping, I'm going to give you some tips for Black Friday shopping. I actually have an article
next week?
in which Catherine Cawley gave some tips, and I'm going to kind of counter some of those tips and disagree with them and do a little spin off on those tips for next week. So
Going to turn into White Friday, or I don't know. I'm not sure how that's going to work. We'll see next week how that's actually going to pan out. My favorite part about Christmas is lighting one of those scented candles that smell
Yes.
like Christmassy.
Yeah.
And getting the ingredients for the eggnog and getting the rum together and putting the ingredients for the eggnog back away and drinking the rum and telling everybody to go to hell.
that sounds great.
Yes, that's
Hey, Mr. Scrooge.
yeah, bah humbug.
Mr. Grinch.
Right. Well, you know what? Here's the thing, and I'm not going to get all theological here, but it ain't my birthday,
Right.
So I got
No, I'm with you on
there's
that.
no reason for me to get presents. So
Okay, well I'll remember that when I don't give you a present.
well, and that's when your kids don't get any presents from me. Explain that to them. It's not their birthday.
Luckily, for them, I do all the shopping, so they'll get gifts. But anyway, and I also have some
Push
tips
over.
on some money saving tips.
I'll have tips next week on next to nothing. We will be celebrating our Thanksgiving show.
Yes.
We apologize for being detained last week
Yes.
and not making the full Veterans Day extravaganza. But we do, again, want you to consider every day those who have defended our freedom. And,
Yes.
defended the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and
Yep.
made this a solid, free place so far to live. That does not include the current occupant of the White House, who has no concept of what that means. So, we do thank you for joining us here at the Doc and Amy Show. You can visit us at www.thedocandamyshow.com. You can Twitter us at
Doc and Amy Show.
Right. And you can certainly always call us during the show, 856-227-1360. We're going to give it away to John now, who's going to close it out. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Doc and Amy Show, heard right here on WNJC 1360 AM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. You can follow them on Twitter at Doc and Amy Show and visit the show website, thedocandamyshow.com. Thanks for playing along, and we'll see you next week.